In many ways, it's the epicentre of the university, the place where you come to study, contemplate and acquire knowledge, a place where the wealth of books and information, collections and artefacts is of international repute. It's the University of Edinburgh main library, and now this building has been given a major facelift for the 21st century. University library staff worked closely with students in the redesign, aiming to merge the old look of the library's 1960s origins with a more contemporary feel. This is clear as soon as you walk in via the main entrance, with the entire ground floor space now flooded with natural light. It's a space that immediately welcomes the visitor in, and not only encourages contemplation, but collaboration.
The study area on the ground floor is very different from study areas in libraries traditionally. We have some very quiet space, but on the ground floor we've tried to create a space where students are allowed to talk, they're allowed to use their mobile phones, they're allowed to have cups of coffee and to work together in these pods. And the pods are for anything between 3 and 7 students to work together. They're kitted out with PCs so that they can actually look at things on a big screen, use their own laptops, and we're very interested in the way that students are beginning to use these for all sorts of cooperative and collaborative learning that's happening really in a quite exciting way. There's quite an upbeat feel to these pods in the way that people are beginning to use them.
When the main library opened in 1967, it was a state-of-the-art study space whose modernist and futuristic design earned it listed building status. It's a testament to the architectural and design teams from that period that much of its interior still feels contemporary today. What the revamp has done has made it that little bit more visitor-friendly and social, with students able to catch up on work over a coffee in the new café, or work in solitude if they prefer.
What's happened now is that books are made much more accessible, easy to find. That saves time, which also means that people can spend more time studying. The cafe area is lighter. It used to be in a basement. That is just a much more welcoming, better environment. The help desk is really open. It's really easy to go to the help desk or to check out a book. All the tasks that you have to do are made easy. And actually, that kind of thing can't be underestimated, because if it takes a long time to administer your studies, then you're spending less time actually studying and enjoying university and taking advantage of the extracurricular activities on offer. And so having a really accessible, user-friendly library just makes life and the student experience so much better.
The theme of easy access for all is also continued into the library's Centre for Research Collections, which houses treasures and manuscripts from around the world. Here, staff, students and members of the public are welcome to view the collections in the top 2 floors of the building, overlooking views of the city of Edinburgh.
We have to be honest as librarians and archivists and museum specialists that we like most professions, are a number of stereotypes that are still evident. The librarian with the cardigan and telling people to shush, the archivist unwilling to let people look at manuscripts and things like that they're actually responsible for. And we've blown all those stereotypes completely, if they existed at all. And what we've now got is a space which is very light, it's very open, there's glass everywhere, so that sight lines are very good, and even in the sense that there's very nice windows that bring Edinburgh in, bring the city into the space. So it's very much a design around the idea where if people come in here, they don't expect to see dusty walls, they don't expect to see darkness. What they see is light, and they see an openness that they're used to seeing in modern buildings, they're used to seeing in various other places where they go for services. What the special and the different thing here is that we have rare books, we have manuscripts, we have cultural objects of world significance that they can look at, that they can study. And students at Edinburgh University can come and use this material. And a lot of this material is embedded in the coursework, in the undergraduate courses, the postgraduate courses, and the research that's done at the university.
Half the floors in the building, the ground floor, the first floor, and the 5th and 6th floors are now complete. The remainder of the floors are set to be finished by 2012, marking the end of what will be a £60 million transformation project.
The first few phases have been absolutely fantastic in terms of improving the spaces that people can study in with great new desks, kind of just updating the library for the 21st century really, you know, looking at things like making sure there's Wi-Fi everywhere, there's plug sockets at every desk so you can plug in your laptop, more lockers so you can put your stuff away, also making sure that it's just a bit nicer environment, you know, places you can photocopy and print on every floor. So I think, you know, it is making a massive change in terms of improving the facilities for students, and I think it will carry on doing so as the redevelopment continues.
This production is copyright The University of Edinburgh.